Hi race fans, welcome to our new show, Under Caution. I'm Heather and this is Puka. Please share out our show and don't forget to like or subscribe. And now today our sponsors for Under Caution is Weir's Machine. Once again, they have the best cornhole scorekeeper. Holds your beers, you can keep track of your scores. Best ever, and I know because I've used it. So get yourself one soon. They also can fulfill all your needs for all your different parts that you may be looking for, and don't hesitate to get a hold of Chad and the gang at weirsmachine.com. And then today we are going to touch on the idea of specials and how they're not quite as special anymore.
Yes, so before I get started on the specials, though, we want to send out our condolences to everyone at Cedar Lake and the Cook family with the passing of Bob Cook this past week. Actually had the pleasure of chatting with Bob just a little bit at the USA Nationals just a couple months ago, him and Marge. And so from the two of us, condolences to everyone.
Prayers to you all.
Yeah, down at Cedar Lake and the Cook family. But yes, specials. Talked to a driver yesterday, happened to run into him at lunch, telling me about a recent special he was at. 8 classes of cars. 8 classes of cars. Clubs, promoters. I mean, what is going on here? Now, I understand there's an interesting, so I got to thinking about it a little bit. So there's an interesting dynamic you have. Just, you've got probably your core fan, obviously your oldest fan, time-wise, would be your baby boomers, right? And baby boomers, for the most part, are pretty patient. Life got a little faster every year, but my dad, your dad, they're baby boomers. My dad, had a radio for a long time. They finally got a TV. They had 3 channels, so their life moved a little bit slower. They can be around, and plus they're retired now, so they have more time and they have patience. Then you have the Gen X generation. I'm Gen X.
I'm Gen X.
I'm not going there on that. So, oh gosh, as I said, I got flustered because I was going to say what you were, but then I figured I better not say it. You never say that. It wouldn't be a gentleman. But our generation we understand patience, but we don't necessarily have patience. But life moved a lot slower when we were in elementary school than it does today with the work dynamic, kids, professions, everything that's going on, iPhones, everything. Time is pretty valuable to a Gen Xer, but we do have some degree of patience. Then you move over to the Gen Z, they have 0 patience. They have lots of time. All they have is a little bit of school for 9 months a year, and this year, there's so many balls in the air with school. They have time, but they have no patience. They have no attention span. Everything in their life moves this fast.
They live in a world of instant gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification. 200 TikTok videos a day because they're 15 or 20 second long. So I understand as a promoter or a club, you've got this interesting paradigm that you're trying to appease everybody and keep everybody happy. 8 classes of cars, though, I just don't know how it gets you there. You've got so much time in between the different staging and cars taking parade laps, and then maybe you throw the misting truck out there, and you have so many cars. How much track prep are you doing beforehand? How much track prep are you doing during the race, which is adding time. I saw on social media one of the recent specials, 4 hours in and the heat races weren't done. 4 hours in! The whole program should take 4 hours.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, some of my favorite shows, the Silver 1000. Ryan Aho, my buddy on the One to Go show, we've talked about it. 2 classes of cars, and they get to the point. The point being, the grandstands are packed. 2 classes, grandstands are packed. They achieve their goal. Do you remember about 20 years ago, we went out to Grand Forks on a weeknight? The Wild Child was out there.
Yeah.
3 classes. Sprints, lates, supers. As a matter of fact, the aforementioned Ryan Aho, he was racing his super stack out there that night. What was the crowd like?
Oh, it was completely packed. Okay. Not a spot.
Yeah, 3 classes, packed grandstands promoters. Well, Cedar Lake, let's look at that one as an example. 2 classes, basically 1 class of cars, late models, but I guess you could almost say 2 classes because you've got the open late models and then more the Wazota style. What are the crowds like at the USA Nationals? We've been going for 25 years.
Yeah, you get your tickets a year in advance just to guarantee seating.
Yeah, so what would and I want you all to comment on this too, but I wanted to ask you, so put in the comments, what would be the perfect special for you as far as number of classes?
I would have to say, as an avid fan, I would like to see 3, no more than 4. Now I'm not going to go out and say which specific classes because I know different tracks run different classes of cars. But, you got to think of all the time that goes into prepping the track, like you had said. How many times are you going to farm the track if you have 8 classes? You also want to make sure that, the fans are in the seats, but that you're giving them something that's quality. So I would say no more than 3 to 4 at the max, because I think I'd get kind of bored with it too.
Yeah, and I thought about that. I think here's kind of on a weekend special. Here's what I kind of think most fans, at least the ones that are coming in. Obviously, you got your regulars that live close, are going to dip in and dip out. But the people that are putting some investment into it, some time, taking maybe some vacation time on that Friday. I think most guys and gals and families roll in the camper. They want to have that camping experience, which includes a campfire, which includes some cornhole, which includes some bush light, that kind of thing.
Creating more of a destination than just an event.
Yeah. And so the event is part of the experience, but I think most people want to camp. But I also think that many want to go in the pits after, and if the races end at 1 in the morning, there's not going to, especially if they have kids, not a lot of time to go in after. Some may not want to go in the pits after. They may want to go back, do more of that campfire thing. I think that's kind of what race fans are looking for. They're not necessarily looking for a marathon of 8 hours of racing. Now, a track and program that used to do that was the Hibbing Raceway. They used to do those marathon Labor Day shootouts. Finally, they started that in 1990. It went till 2019. Then they got the message. For 2020, over Labor Day weekend, they made changes. They cut some stuff out. They shortened the program. When I heard, not from a board member, but from a pretty good authority, saying that their crowd on Sunday was better than their crowd on Saturday.
Which is unheard of.
Yeah, for 30 years that didn't happen because people would come on Saturday and they're like, I have been here for 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. There is no way I'm coming back tomorrow. Well, this year, like I said, they beat the mark. So it didn't take long for that good news to get out and then for people to jump on that opportunity like, hey, well, I'm going to go on Sunday. And actually, weather-wise, that Sunday was very windy. The weather, I would say, was better Saturday, more appealing Saturday than Sunday, yet the crowd was better on Sunday. So Hibbing Raceway, they got the message. I'm hoping, this is just a fan's perspective. I want tracks to survive. I want you to succeed. I love racing. You love racing. We want to see you all succeed. And so I hope that many of you will get the message that 8 classes of cars isn't necessarily what people are looking for. I think many of you, your success and failure is going to be based on time, because time is faster than ever before. It's more valuable than ever before, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
So please let us know. Share out your comment below. How many classes do you think we should be seeing at specials?
Yeah,
let us know. Give us your ideas of what you think would be an appropriate special.
Yeah, the more comments we get, I think that there's promoters and clubs and people involved on boards that are watching these videos. They can kind of look. It'll be a great way for them to do a little bit of research on what the fan actually wants right here. So yeah, throw it in the comments, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you all in the next video.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on Under Caution, and we'll see you next time.